acknowledge that we were founded on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Haudenosaunee, the Anishinaabe, the Attawandaronk, the Mississauga and Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, and now live on land that is home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. We have many representatives working across this land now known as Ontario, and we acknowledge that there are 46 treaties and other agreements that cover the territory. We are grateful to be able to work and live on this land, and thankful to the First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people who have cared for these territories since time immemorial, and who continue to contribute to the strength of Ontario and to all communities across the province. To continue to center reconciliation, we encourage our team, partners, students, and teachers to take time to learn about the lands they are currently on. Visit native-land.ca for more information.
Awesome. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Eggnog from Cow to Cup virtual food and farm field trip today. So I'm Madison from Eggscape, and together with Farm and Food Care, we are so excited to have you here with us today. So we've got something extra festive lined up today. We're learning all about one of the most iconic holiday drinks, eggnog. That's right. On this tour, we'll be heading behind the scenes at Sheldon Creek Dairy, which is a dairy farm and store in Loretto, Ontario. And here we'll be learning exactly how eggnog is made from cow to cup as we get ready for the holiday season. So today we're going to meet Zoe, who works right at the dairy farm and store, where they make and sell bottles and bottles of eggnog. She's going to give us a glimpse into the barn, talk about the cows that produce the milk, and then take us into the processing area where they create their famous eggnog and it comes to life. As always, feel free to pop your questions into the chat. Zoe would love to hear what you're curious about. We have 3 different stops today, so we will do questions at the end of each stop. So here she is. This is Zoe from Sheldon Creek Dairy. I'll let her introduce herself and take it from here.
Hi there. My name is Zoe. I work for Sheldon Creek Dairy, and I will be taking you guys along on how to make eggnog. I hope everyone can hear me okay. But as you guys know that we are a dairy farmer and we make eggnog here. I wanted to show you guys around from start to finish, from when the cows are milked to how we bottle and send out our eggnog to the stores and all across Southern Ontario. I know Madison has some videos of the cows being milked and what they are doing in the barn from a day-to-day basis. Our cows are super friendly and are taken care of lots very well, as they have food all the time. It's like a buffet for them to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner at any time of the day. We also give them fresh water every day, multiple times throughout the day, to make sure that they are super healthy and they have water at all times, as well as the beds that they have are like full of sand, so it's like lying on a beach. So Madison, if you want to go along and maybe show some of those videos, that would be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll put up the videos of the cows, and if everyone just wants to try to find, there's a couple pieces of technology that are in these videos that I think are really cool. So just look out for them. And if you have any questions about cows or the barn or milk, we'll do that after the video. That was the video of your cows and your barn. And do you want to talk a little bit more about what that machine was at the end? And how cows
Yes,
get?
absolutely. So our cows that we have at our farm are milked by a robotic, which means that they can decide at any time of the day, morning, night, afternoon, that they can walk into this robot and get milked at any time of the day. And every time they get milked, they get a little treat at the end, which is like making sure that they are getting milked properly. Sometimes you'll see the cows go into the robot because they know they get a little treat at the end. But if they actually don't milk for us, then they don't get the treat. So a lot of the times they'll go in there to get milked to then get that treat at the end, which is amazing. So for the robot, it's available for them at any time of the day, which is amazing because then they're not waiting for anyone or for a machine to come to them to get milked. They are going to the machine whenever they would like to get milked, which is amazing. Also in the video that you guys saw, there was a cow getting like a scratch on the back. Some of our cows get itchy just like we do as humans. So instead of us itching ourselves or something like that, they walk over to this machine, and if they just push up against it, it like spins around and it's like bristles. So it's like a scratch. It's like a brush we use for our hair, but they use for their whole body, which is amazing. A cool fact about us is that when there's milk at the barn and we're going to bring it to our processing plant, we have a pipe that goes underneath the ground from the barn into our facility where I am right now in our room, which is considered the raw room. So it's where we receive our raw milk before we pasteurize it. So we usually receive milk from our barns Fridays, Sundays, Mondays, Thursdays. Most of the days of the week we receive milk because that's what we need to produce to then put out to all of you guys. Here is our eggnog, which is what I'll be telling you guys about today, which will be amazing. So usually on Mondays we produce eggnog, which we'll receive from the barn, and then it gets put into this beautiful room of ours through these pipes on the ground. So these pipes down here also go underneath into the ground outside, and then it goes into our tank. I know Madison has some videos of us on how we mix our eggnog. We created a special mix of eggnog, which was made from our home kitchen when we wanted to produce it. We want to taste it out, we want to test it and everything, as we wanted to make eggnog for someone who doesn't like the eggnog that is super thick. Our eggnog is like a whole milk, so it is still thicker than skim milk or anything like that, but it's not as thick as some other eggnog. So we wanted to create the perfect eggnog for the people who also do not like eggnog so they can enjoy the seasonal eggnog with everyone else.
Awesome, Zoe. I think this is amazing. Before we go too much into the eggnog, we do have some questions about your cows and the milk.
Perfect.
Right. Okay. Perfect. So, first one is, what kind of cows do you have?
We have Holstein cows.
And the next one is about one of the machines. What was that orange machine that was being used to feed it?
So that is actually a robot that we use that when the cows are eating, sometimes they put their nose into the feed and it kind of pushes it away from them. So that robot goes around throughout the day to push up the feed so it's closer for them to eat.
Perfect. Got a couple of robots on your farm. It's awesome.
Yes, we do.
All right. We're wondering how many cows do you have?
So we have 85 cows that we milk, but we have around 200 cows on our farm, which would include our beef cows, our heifers, from small to big. So 200 total, but we milk 85.
Perfect. Okay, and maybe you can go into this a little bit more, but how does the robot milk the cow?
So the robot has some sensors. So when the cow walks in, there's a little gate that closes behind it. And then there is the suction cups that are sensor to find out where the udders are. Once it sensors it, because each cow is different, when we first got the robot, we got to make sure that each cow goes in so they can sensor where everyone is. And then it sensors, it suction cups on, it milks the cows, it then cleans them so there is no bacteria or infection after, and then they're released.
Perfect. Okay. Let's just do two more, and then we can go on to our next section.
Perfect.
What do you feed the cow?
So our cows eat a blend of mixed corn, hay, soybeans, and minerals, and 90% of their feed is actually grown on our farm.
Very cool. Okay, I think this might help us go into the next piece, but what do the machines behind you do?
Okay, so behind me is our milk tank. So this tank, number 3, holds about 3,000 liters of milk. And then tank 2 and tank 1 are also milk tanks, which hold about 8,000 liters. And then I have this big machine here, which is our pasteurizer, which I will get into depth on what this pasteurizer does for our milk here. So when we are pasteurizing, we are sending the milk from our milk tank into the balance tank of our pasteurizer. It then heats up the milk to 72 degrees for 16 seconds only. After that 16 seconds, it drops down to a cooling of 4 degrees, and it gets sent over to our pasteurized side. The reason why we pasteurize is because we want to kill any bad bacteria that could possibly be in our milk, to make sure that it is safe and healthy for all of you guys to drink. I think if we maybe show the mixing videos, which would be amazing, so you guys could see our special recipe that we have made here at Sheldon Creek Dairy, then you guys can see how we take whole milk and turn it into eggnog.
All right, perfect. Here is our video. All right, perfect. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that mix and what might be in it? And maybe some people are wondering, do you actually have eggs in your eggnog?
Oh, I seem to have not been able to hear that. Can you repeat that?
Oh, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Still can't hear you.
Hello, hello?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, technical difficulties. I was just wondering if you want to talk a little bit more about that mix. What might be in it, and do you actually have eggs in your egg?
Yes, so I can talk a little bit about it. It is our secret recipe. Our eggnog do actually have eggs in it, which is amazing. We also have sugar and spices and a little of other ingredients that make it tasty, rich, and traditional.
Okay, perfect. So we do have one question about how much eggnog do you make in one day?
So for the question of how much eggnog we make in a day, so Usually we make it every Monday and maybe Thursday. So I'm going to do it actually in a week. But we make anywhere from 2,000 liters to 8,000 liters, depending on the demand. We typically make eggnog on Mondays, but if we're running low, then we would traditionally make another batch for you guys on Thursday.
Okay. And so by 2,000 liters, you mean 2,000 of those glass bottles that you showed us each week?
Oh, sorry. I think we're having technical difficulties. I can't hear you again.
Hello? Hello?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Okay, perfect. I was just saying by 2,000 bottles, you mean 2,000 of those
Yes,
bottles. Sorry,
correct.
2,000 gallons.
2,000 of these bottles. Usually every Monday. Sometimes we do 8,000, but we do have different bottle sizes. We have 1 liters, we have 350 milliliters, and we also have a 2-liter bottle as well.
Okay, awesome. And just curious, this question is, how long does it take to make the eggnog?
So eggnog itself, actually, with the process of moving the milk to pasteurizing it to mixing it to bottling it, there is some variations. To move the milk, to move about 2,000 liters would take probably about 15-20 minutes. And then to mix it, we mix it in the tank for about 5 to 10 minutes to make sure that it is all mixed properly. And then when we pasteurize it, we pasteurize 24 liters per minute. So it depends on how much we make.
Right. Wow, that's a lot of eggnog. Do you make eggnog all year round? This is just a question I had.
We don't make eggnog all around. It's usually just for season. So Christmas, Easter are our big holidays that we use.
Right, makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. We have a couple more questions here. Where do you get your eggs from? I don't know if you know this.
That is a good question. I don't know that because I'm not the one who sources that out, but I do think that they are from Ontario, but I could definitely get back to you guys on that.
Perfect. Okay. Oh, this is a great question. Can we find your eggnog in local grocery stores?
Yes, of course you can. We produce all of our eggnog as well as all of our other products all around Southern Ontario.
And how would they find which stores you would sell in?
If you go onto our website, then you'll be able to Google if there is stores near you that sell our products.
Perfect. All right. And I did see at the beginning there is a class here that has some of your eggnog that they're going to try after learning about how it feels.
That is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you able to make eggnog ice cream at the farm?
Ooh, I don't think we've actually made eggnog ice cream before, but you know what? I will suggest that to our team to see if that is possible.
Perfect. And if not, then maybe it's something you have to do in class.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Okay, let's do one more question, and then maybe we can go on to the last section of bottling your.
Perfect. Amazing. Sounds great.
Okay, last question here. Are there only female cows at your farm?
So we only milk female cows, but we do have some bulls on the other side for our beef, as well as when the cows are first born, we do keep some of our male cows as well.
Perfect. All right, so why don't you tell us a little bit about bottling, and then we can show that video.
Perfect. I will take you guys to our bottling plant. If you walk into over here, then we're going to go over to where our other tanks are. So these are our pasteurized milk tanks here that you will see. So from our raw side, they go through these pipes on the roof and into our milk tanks. Once they are in these tanks, we let our production team know, and they're going to send it all the way to these fillers over here. We have specific fillers for different sizes. We have our 2-liter filler here. We have our 350 filler here, and our 1-liter filler here. I know Madison has some videos on the actual filling process, which is amazing. For each filler, it does take a couple of different people, depending on the filler. So you can go ahead and show those videos if you would like.
Okay. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about the bottling? I honestly cannot believe the amount of technology that I'm seeing in all of these videos, from cows in the barn to bottling. It's very cool. But yeah, why don't you tell us more about bottling, and then maybe we can see where you store your bottles once they're all done.
Sorry, can you just repeat that? I just can't hear that last end.
Let's try this again. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, just to talk about the bottles, and then maybe you can show us where they go once they're all done.
Absolutely. So the glass bottles get put on a conveyor belt and onto this filler. Once it is taken off, it then goes into our fridge, which I will show you guys. We have a big fridge. It's a big walk-in fridge. We have to pull this and our door slides open. And then when we walk in, our fridge is pretty full right now, but we have all of our products all through our fridge here. We have all different kinds of products as well. It is a little loud with the fans to make sure that it stays super cold in here. So it's all the way around here. And then this door out here is where our delivery drivers come in to get their orders that they deliver to the stores in the morning. Do we have any questions on bottling?
Yeah, if we have any questions on bottling or storing, put them in the chat. We do have some questions here. Okay. We have, how many cows do you have?
Can you repeat that, sorry?
Yep. How many cows do you have?
So how many cows do we have? We have 85 cows that we milk and 200 cows on our farm.
Beautiful. Okay. Here's one from Holly. What is your favorite job to do on the farm?
Oh, I just can't hear you anymore, Madison. Can you try that again?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so sorry about this. I don't know what's going on.
What is my favorite job at the farm?
Yes.
I have lots of jobs here and I love them all, but my favorite part about working at Sheldon Creek Dairy is being a part of a family business. That pushes me to be the best that I can be. I also get to meet amazing people throughout the day, which is awesome, as well as I get to create products for all of you guys to enjoy and share.
Amazing answer. Okay, we have some more questions. So put them in the chat if you want them answered. And then in a couple minutes, we're actually going to have to wrap up. So please put your questions in here. And if you want to see anything, please let us know. And Zoe can take you and show you around. Okay. Do the cows at your farm have names?
Sorry, I just can't hear you anymore. I think I'm having difficulties.
No worries. Can you hear me now?
Can you come back in and out again? I think that fixed it last time.
Hello?
Perfect. Amazing.
Oh, weird. Okay. Do the cows at your farm have names?
They do have names. Every individual cow that we milk has names.
Wow, that's impressive. 85 names that you have to remember.
Yes.
Amazing. Okay, so this question's about the eggnog. How long does it take to expire?
So our eggnog has a 3-week expiration date.
Okay, perfect. So enough time to drink it for sure.
Absolutely.
Have you always used machines to bottle the milk and eggnog?
Yes, we have.
Okay. How long has Sheldon Creek been around?
I haven't been here when it first started, but I think they have been open for about 10, 12 years now.
Okay, nice. Here's a question from Morgan. How long does it take to bottle?
So it depends again on how many bottles we're producing, but it usually takes about 12 to 20 seconds to bottle one bottle of a 1 liter eggnog.
Okay. So the whole process from cows being milked to the eggnog being put in the fridge, how long do we think that's taking?
It's a good question. I'm gonna say probably a couple of hours for us to receive the milk, to make sure it's mixed properly, to pasteurize it, to then bottle it, and then to put it into the fridge.
Wow, very fresh. You're getting that eggnog right from the cow.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Okay, we have a lot of great questions coming in. So let's choose some here. Do you sell milk in bags or containers?
So we actually sell our milk in the bottles. So we sell them in this glass bottle itself, a plastic 2 liter, a plastic 350 milliliters. We do not sell our milk in bags.
Can't get it in bulk, but you can get it in a big plastic container.
Absolutely.
Okay. This one is interesting. I'm curious about this too. But where does eggnog get its color from?
So eggnog gets the color from the actual eggs itself, as well as some of our spicings that you may be able to see in our containers. I don't know if you guys can see that up close, but there are some spices in there that you will also be able to see.
Amazing. Okay. How long have you been making eggnog?
Myself, I've been making eggnog for a couple of years now because I've been here for that long. But I think they've been making eggnog for a long time. I would say probably shortly after that they opened, they produce eggnog a couple times of the year.
Amazing. Okay. I like this question. What's your favorite time of the day to drink eggnog?
Ooh, my favorite time of the day to drink eggnog is actually in my coffee when I have a latte.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Do you have any other flavors of eggnog or maybe even milk in general?
Actually, we do have lots of flavors of milk. We here at Sheldon Creek Dairy, we do a flavor of the month. So each month we have a different flavor of eggnog. So right now we're doing eggnog as well as candy cane for December. Come January, I think we have chocolate mint and strawberry. We have lots of different kinds. We have orange creamsicle, we have salted caramel, we have pina colada. We have a whole bunch of different flavors milks here at Sheldon Creek Dairy.
Wow, that is amazing. Okay, we have a couple questions about, do you have any other animals on the farm other than cows?
We do know. We are just strictly farm animals of just cows.
Makes sense. No dogs, no cats?
We do actually have a farm dog that actually stays in the barn with our cows. Yeah.
Nice. And does the farm dog have a job of like protecting the cows or?
For sure, absolutely.
Amazing. Okay, we have a couple questions about the treats that you're feeding the cows and what they are.
So their treats are actually pretty much just what they get for their food. But for them, it's like an extra little treat that they get after they get milked.
Like a dog treat kind of, but a cow treat.
Absolutely.
Okay, we have a really important question here. Do you have taste testers?
I love that question. We do have taste testers. Every time we create a product, we have to make sure that it tastes good, so we can send it out to you guys. I'm sometimes a taste tester, which is super fun because I get to try the products and be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I need everyone else there to try it. And that's why we create our products.
Amazing. So if any of you out there, students or even teachers, if you want to switch your careers, you can be an eggnog taste tester if you work hard enough. Okay, let's just do a couple more questions. That's all we have time for, and then we'll have to wrap up and say goodbye to everyone. Thank you, everyone, for these amazing questions. They are also great. Okay. Here's one about milk. How much milk does one cow create in 1 day?
So that is a good question. It varies on the cow, but I do know the total amount they make per day. So depending on how many times they get milked, on average, most cows get milked around 3 to 4 times a day. And within those 3 to 4 times, they make a total of about 40 liters, which would be 40 of these bottles.
In 1 day?
In 1 day.
From one cow?
From one cow.
That is a lot. Okay. How many people work at the factory?
It's a great question. We have different areas that people work. We have the production plant. We have the people that work in our wholesale fridge. We even have a retail store here, which is amazing. So I'm going to say anywhere between like 35 to 50 people.
Perfect. That is a good amount of people that work there. Okay. I am going to ask one last question, and then I will turn it over to you if you have any last comments for the people watching.
Sounds good.
Okay, so my question for you is, how did you get to work with Sheldon Creek Dairy, and what happens if someone watching wants a job like yours?
I got here at Sheldon Creek Dairy. I always loved agriculture. I think it's very important for everyone to learn and find out about, as food is very important to us in our system. I also love the business aspect, so I went to school actually for business myself. And then once I got that business degree, I then was searching online for local farms near myself that isn't massive, because I wanted to be in like that family business, so that I could experience each aspect of the business itself. So I went to school. Not everyone has to go to school, but I think agriculture is a very important thing in life.
Perfect. That is amazing. And again, thank you everyone for your questions. Unfortunately, we do not have enough time to get to them all. But stay curious and learn with your teacher in your class, maybe to get some of these questions answered. And if you're able, I encourage you to pick up a bottle of eggnog and try what you just learned about, and see how it tastes, especially for those of you that maybe have never had eggnog before.
Absolutely.
Amazing. So is there anything else you want to say to everyone before we say goodbye?
So I actually would love for you guys to research a couple of things. I would love for you guys to research how many liters of water does a cow drink a day. I think it's pretty crazy that you guys see how much they drink. So I'd love for you guys to research that, as well as research more things about agriculture and food. As we eat food every day, cows eat food every day, and food is important for everyone on this planet.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Zoe. This has been really great. Thanks again, everyone. We hope that this tour gets you excited for the holidays and taught you a little bit of the behind the scenes of our local food and agriculture system here in Ontario. Maybe you'll even enjoy a cup of eggnog that was made right here in Ontario. See you next time, and have a great day.